Who do I run to fill this empty plate? Who do I run to when I need food? Who do I run to? Who do I run to fill this empty plate when I'm hungry? Who do I run to when I need food? Well, if you a JW getting food stamps, it ain't the Watchtower. Hey, and welcome back to Same Old Tea. Now, I want to first give one caveat. I am not making fun of anyone who gets food stamps, aka SNAP benefits. But I had to lighten the mood in order for us to talk about something very serious. Okay? So, what am I talking about today? Unless you've been under a rock, everybody knows that the SNAP benefit, also known as food stamps or EBT cards or whatever your state calls it, those benefits have been suspended or put on pause. So many people, millions of people, I believe over 40 million people received that benefit, and they did not get those monies put on their card in order to purchase food so far in the month of November. And so with all this talk about what's going on with SNAP benefits, it made me think about Jehovah's Witnesses. So many of us know that Jehovah's Witnesses historically have not necessarily been people to seek any education or advancement past high school. And so I just want to read from some my notes on research that I found in regards to give us a picture of what the typical Jehovah's Witness income is. And then from there, I'm going to tie the points that I'm trying to make with this video together. So it says, according to the 2016 study by Pew Research Center, Jehovah's Witnesses had among the lowest average household incomes of major U.S. religious groups. The study reported that roughly half of JW households earned less than $30,000 per year, and only about 4% of JW households had incomes of $100,000 or more in that data set. Other sources, less formal, mentioned that nearly 3/4 of Jehovah's Witness households make less than $50,000 a year. And then it also adds educational attainment among Jehovah's Witnesses is lower compared to many other religious groups. 63% have no more than a high school diploma. So taking that information in account, by the numbers, I am willing to bet a fair share of Jehovah's Witnesses receive SNAP benefits, right? So with that being the case, they're being impacted right now. Okay. And I happen to be watching JW Thoughts channel a couple of weeks ago, and he was giving commentary about a video that the organization recently uploaded on their website. And I'm gonna overlay it so that you can hear what's going on right here.
The governing body has asked me to express their deep gratitude to you, dear brothers and sisters, for your heartfelt donations. It's wonderful to see how you make this personal sacrifice, despite the uncertain economic times we live in. Generosity supports kingdom interests, brings joy to the givers, and makes Jehovah's heart glad. With economic uncertainty, high inflation, crime, and food insecurity.
During the worst part of the economic crisis, we saw Jehovah's hand when we were helped by a relief committee organized by the branch. Our wonderful global brotherhood was alerted to our needs, and on some occasions, we received some financial aid, packages, letters, videos, and phone calls that greatly lifted our spirits. Before the country could emerge from the crisis, the pandemic arrived. During the pandemic, once again, brothers came to our aid. We currently have a small business where we sell a very popular sweet drink in the country called chicha. The situation in the country is still far from ideal, but we have complete confidence that Jehovah will continue to care for us as he always has.
Economic uncertainty is still a challenge in Venezuela. Yet, as of July 2024, relief efforts have been discontinued, and the local brothers are again able to care for their basic needs. How is this possible? Well, many have responded to encouragement from the branch office for publishers to plant small gardens to help feed and support their families financially. At the beginning, there was some hesitancy regarding these initiatives, but by March 2024, publishers from 1,087 congregations reported a total of 16,457 seeded yards or gardens. These practical initiatives have enabled many brothers and sisters to obtain necessary food or income, and in the case of many, to share products with others. We rejoice that today the majority of our brothers in Venezuela are able to meet their basic needs. It gives us this assurance. The generous person will be blessed, for he shares his food with the poor. This verse makes it clear that this blessing isn't based on the amount given, but on the generous spirit of the giver. We thank Jehovah God for your generosity and the joy it brings to you and to our brothers and sisters around the world.
So after looking at that and them being so proud that they stopped whatever funding they were given these dear friends and telling them to basically go grow gardens, Watchtower could care less if their members are eating. Like, let's just call a thing a thing. And why is that so disgusting? Well, again, let me go to my notes. So let's look at two things as to why this is so disgusting. From my research that I was able to pull up, the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society of New York, the headquarters of Jehovah's Witnesses in Brooklyn, was sold for $340 million in August of 2016. I am sure that money was put in annuities and other wealth building products. So it ain't just sitting over in some checking account, right? And so you take that in consideration. But also, I had had a little bit of a challenge trying to narrow down the net worth of the organization. But for the most part, it's looking like it's somewhere between maybe $1 to $2 billion. Probably some sources said could be in the tens of billions of dollars. So let's just go with 1 billion. Let's just go there. So you are so proud of yourself that you, and so arrogant about it. You put a video up letting the friends know that we stopped whatever provisions we were given because we told these dear friends, go grow gardens. Okay? And Jehovah will take care of the rest. It's unbelievable. So if you think about what I just said earlier about the economic state, the educational state of your typical Jehovah's Witness here in America, no doubt many of those friends are getting some type of assistance. Well, where is the Kingdom Hall in that regard? Sure, you may have some congregations that may be pulling together to get some cans of beans and some noodles and things of that nature to some friends that they know that might be struggling, right? But all this made me think of here in Illinois, when it was pretty much confirmed that November 1st was going to come and people were not going to get their food stamps on their card, that the governor released $20 million to the food pantries and things of that nature here in Illinois so that they could keep their shelves stocked, so they can get double the food they normally do, all the things to try to help what's going on. A lot of the food pantries obviously are independent, non-for-profit kind of ran situations, but there's a good share of churches who have a food pantry, and typically those churches may do a once a week, maybe even once a month, right, from the donated foods that they get and things like that. But they were able to expand those hours and things like that, because we're talking about seeing lines wrapped around buildings for blocks. So it got me to thinking, as I'm seeing this on the news and I'm thinking about this video that Watchtower put up, the state of your typical JW, how many of those Jehovah's Witnesses are saying F the elders, F the friends, F this whole thing? I need to get food for me and my family and are going to stand in the Baptist church lines, the Catholic church lines, you know, and things of that nature? Or are there JWs, God bless their hearts, out here trying to go to the non-denominational, non-religious, food pantry in order to feed their family? Like, something should click in their head. Where is the leaders of my organization? Why are we, and I don't know, I'm assuming, because I don't go to the Kingdom Hall and I don't have conversations with active JWs about the actual goings on in the congregation. But I seriously doubt that a letter was sent to the congregations and read from the platform that if any friends are, not receiving food stamps this month, or, what about the federal workers not getting checks? They also are in these lines, right? So all the JWs who might be federal workers who are, haven't probably gotten a check in about 6 weeks or what have you. Where is the help coming from them? Where is the help coming from the governing body? Are they going to tell these friends in America, start growing gardens so that if this happened again, you can still, feed yourself and your family? It's disgusting. It's disgusting. And the Watchtower, while they are a billion plus, let's just say that, a billion plus religious organization, forget about trying to help other people. They won't even help their own people. They won't even help their own people. When people are standing in line at St. Sabina, which is a church here on the south side, with Father Flager, a very popular community activist here in the Chicago area, I know that those people out there are not asking, are you Catholic? Are you Catholic? What's your denomination? Do you believe? Are you this? They just know that these are people who are saying they need food. And they stood in line to get, whatever it is that they're passing out. It's really nice to see so many people, organizations, whether they have a religious affiliation or just groups of people saying, let's do something, right? Stepping up. But it's really disgusting what's going on in the big scheme of things. But like I said, when I saw that video, it just triggered something in me, because here they are in the same video, or maybe another segment of the video, they're bragging about how they're going to be building 35 more Kingdom Halls here and 100 more Kingdom Halls, and they're all outside of the U.S. No surprise. Because the need is great, and this and that, and da da da. Why do you think they over there in these third world countries? Right? It's just a new group of people to clamp down on and get them to donate their pennies. And the one thing I have observed about billionaires and filthy rich organizations, they can never have enough money, and they don't care about the little people. They absolutely don't. They rather, sacrifice 5,000-10,000 working class people so that they can remain a multi-billionaire versus being just a single digit billionaire. It's absolutely disgusting. So these were just my thoughts. Again, please do not come for me in the comments with my intro. I just thought, we need to start on a light note, because what I'm going to be talking about is a little heavy. I know that it's going to be controversial. I'm sure I'm going to have some JW apologists going to say, it's not the Watchtower's responsibility to feed you. And neither is it these churches. But if you're supposed to be Christ-like, Christ wasn't asking people, what is your denomination? When he was out there feeding folks bread and fish. I'm just saying. So that's pretty much all I have. What do you guys think? Considering the state of your typical JW, they no doubt are getting food stamp assistance. Do you think that Watchtower should be doing more, even if it is just specifically for their members? Like, let's just start there, right? Like I say, in hindsight, this video, what I know about the JWs and how they don't really take care of their own. They love to say that they do, but they don't. Because the directive is always, let me say this, Watchtower don't take care of their own. Because all they do is push it back to the local congregations and stuff like that. Like, instead of sending money to the worldwide work, why don't they say, take X number percent or dollars and put it into a like a needs fund? Like, I know a lot of churches have that. It don't mean that people can come there every month to, get rental assistance. But if people fall on a hard time, they can come and get some type of assistance, even if it's not paying whole rent, but maybe it's a light bill or something. It's something. But yet you want people to put their voluntary donations on a reoccurring payment. It's moments like this that I think to myself, will this be the thing that wake more people up? Somebody who is sitting there and it's like a double whammy. What if there's somebody who actually works for the federal government, but maybe where they live, maybe they just started, maybe they're only making like 40,000, right? But maybe they're a family of 4 and it was keeping them afloat because they could still get the food stamp assistance. So now you're talking about somebody who probably don't have no money saved up. They haven't gotten a check in 6 weeks or however long it's been, and they don't have no food. And now they got to sit up here and choose between, do I go up the road to Catholic Charities, who is saying, come and get 2 bags of groceries and some type of gas gift card. Like, I've been seeing so many heartwarming efforts from people in the community, to help everybody, not based on what's your religion, what your skin color is, none of that stuff. Is that family waking up? Why is it that the Catholics, the Baptists, the Methodists, the non-denominational, why are all these different religions that's supposed to be so bad are the ones stepping up in a time of need? And I can't get $2 from the organization that say they love me the most. It's deep, y'all. It's deep. I don't want to make this video long. Tell me what you think. If you like the commentary, please give me a like. If you have a comment, absolutely leave it in the comment section. Just keep it respectful. If we don't agree, that's fine. Just keep it respectful. And if you're not part of the Real One Tribe, go ahead and hit subscribe. And if you think somebody would appreciate this commentary, please do share. And until the next time, I'm out. Peace.